Lying in bed, my wife, she said, I'd love to hear the patter of tiny feet. To my surprise, as I looked in her eyes, she said, I'm gonna buy some sheep. Sheep? I said. Sheep, she said. Gonna buy some sheep. Well, the very next day, we were on our way to Ballymena Mart. Well, there's a nice wee pen, she said, when 9 or 10. Sure, that would be a real good start. So I slipped in through the gate to evaluate that pen of pregnant mums. But it all went south when I looked in their mouths. Not a tooth in their heads, just gums.
So Barbara tells me that last night we only brought 3/4 of the lambs in instead of them all. So some of them must have been down in the little bottom paddock. I just called them and they came running, so. But there you are. That's the ones we have in. So they're nipping at the silage a little bit there. Now it's not a good idea going straight from grass onto silage, but in the weather conditions that we have, that's what we're finding. We'll have to do that. But we'll go down and bring this other few in. 17 were left out. Don't know what sort of sheep farmers we are. Come on, girls. Come on in, girls. We left you out all night and that. Now, we've got manure put out in this field here. If you can see, that's the one good thing hit with the rain, it's getting washed in. It's quite heavy put on here, so it'll take a month or so winter to get sorted. Heel, heel. Heel, heel. Come on in, girl. Come on in, girls, go on. Come on in. In you go, girl, go on. Sit, Jay, sit, that'll do. Up in, girls, go on up in. So that's them going up the race and into the house. Come on, girls, up in. That's everybody in now. In Market Hill, and we're just outside the old courthouse here. And it's a restaurant now. And I'm heading into Slimming World here. Actually, the weather vane up on the top of this, I made it. Guess what year? And I thought we were wet at home. But it's wetter up here. This is going below the road and out the other side here. Barbie suggested that we go to look in Alexander's shop in Market Hill while we're up that direction.
Oh, Frosty the snowman was alive as he could be. And the children say he could laugh and play just the same as you and me.
Now I'm in Alexander's shop, and this is how you swag curtains, all you ladies. Now yesterday was a day and a half for rain. My goodness. On our way home last night, I was away looking at the hedge cutter as we were showing you where that river was swollen going below the road. And on our way home, the police and fire brigade were along the road going up to Newton Ards, and people had drove their cars into the puddles, which were too deep. The breather pipe up into the engine was in the water level, sucked water up, wrecks your engine, and you're stranded in the middle of the puddle. So that's what took us about 3/4 of an hour getting down the road just from outside Newton Ards. But on our way home, my tractor was sitting at the farm where I was working last before all that rain came. And we had a phone call from him telling us to get over and shift the tractor because I'd left it in a low hollow and the floodplain had come up to the bottom of the tyres. So then, of course, I was in my good boots and all the rest of it, and we had to get off the socks and shoes and get the tractor shifted. So, so that was yesterday's adventure.
This is Ivan getting ready. His tractor's underwater.
My tractor's underwater here nearly, look. Oh.
Hurry up. Dear me, Saturday the 27th of October. And my goodness me, the rain is absolutely wild. So,
now we kept the sheep out as long as we could, but the bad weather got the better of us. There was, in our last dry field we had the sheep, there was sort of, it felt like 1/4 of an inch of water over the whole thing. So we ended up bringing everything up into the house here. Everybody is content in here on the slats, and they're at the feed barrier at the front here. And there's another feed passage down the inside for them. So everything is just enjoying a little bit of warm, dry silage. This is actually, it's not actually silage, it's actually haylage. And it's 3 years old. We started in at the back of our bale clamp to get rid of all the stuff that was lying there. So if you don't, it's still good that now, it's lovely, the smell of it, it smells like treacle. But if you don't use up the bales, every year the plastic gets perished and you end up throwing it out. So, but this here is lovely, this bale here, everybody is enjoying it. The ram's just out in the field there. There's only one sheep left to cover, and well, I've put 3 out with him just for company there. So he's out in the grass there grazing, content, the ram and the 2 or 3 sheep as well. But there's only one left to cover. So there's 2 lots here. There's the ewe lambs running with the sheep, and you'll see the ewe lambs there. They have a black streak down their back, just in case you would be wondering what's that black mark. At a glance you can see where the ewe lambs are. This is our passage here on the inside of the house. And it's stocked up probably once in the morning and then later on. Now just at 5 o'clock in the evening. And then we check them at night, and if they need a bit more, we get it. And if they don't need it, that's all the better. Not right, girls? The only thing is, it's all manual work, this.
Tagging, rattling, teasing, tapping, flushing and sponging, scanning and lambing, shedding, bedding, redding, spot inspections, cross infections, fly strike, ticks and bots.
Where's the sheep? Are the sheep here?
Lying in bed, my wife, she said, I'm gonna buy some